So we're gonna do scientific notation. That's when you can do really large numbers or really small numbers. Oftentimes they're used for things in the sciences, for like chemistry or physics. You often see them used for both of those. Oftentimes I get feedback from the class, but we don't have that today, so you'll get to hear me talk about it. And you do it in groups of like powers of 10. So we're going to do it like this. Let's see. Let's go here. Where are we? Darn it. I'm still not very good at this. Where are we at? There we go. Whiteboard. Go draw. So if we go 10 to the first, that's the same as 10, right? If we go 10 to the second, that's the same as 100. I'm doing my best with writing, people. 10 to the third is the same as 1,000. All right? And 10 to the fourth is the same as, you guessed it, 10,000. And 10 to the fifth, all right, like Neanderthal man. $100,000. All right, and so on. So we've got that. Now, by comparison, we have where we go to smaller numbers. So we go, if we have 10 to the negative first, this would be 0.1 or 1/10. If we go 10 to the negative second, this would be 0.01 or 1/100th. So notice we skipped, and this is 1/10 and this is 1/100th. All right. This is 10 negative third. This is to the negative. This is not to the negative. This is to the nearest. This is to the 1/1000th. All right. 10th, 100th, 1000th. Go here. Zero, 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 one. This is 1/10,000th. Now, these are important to know, especially in the GED. They use words quite often when they go off and when they're setting up their problems, their word problems. And so they don't always, it doesn't always make sense when you're doing it, but they'll say to the, let's say it might go off and say to 400 1,000ths. Okay, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. 425 1,000ths. So you're going to have to be able to know what that means. And it's going to be verbal. I mean, it's going to be, you're going to have to be able to read it and understand what they're talking about. 425 1,000ths, so you're going to have to be able to write that down. And so it's often, it's going to be in text. So you have to be able to understand exactly what they're talking about, because often they are done in story problems. So understanding what 425 1,000ths, what that looks like as a number is very important. Okay. Okay. Now, when we write these in, now what we do, and this is one of, truthfully, this is one of the, even though this isn't deep into algebra and such, this is one of my least favorite lessons to teach. It's just, it's kind of an awkward one, but we need to teach it. We need to know it. We need to understand it. So when we go off and we do something like this, let's see, you see me looking over here. So we have 6 point, so I'm going to erase this. I hope you guys are making notes. So if we have something like 6.2, I'm going to clear it off. Hope you're all ready. So if we have 6.2 times 10 to the 5th. This is called standard form, okay? So when you times it by 10 to the 5th, what it does is you write it like this, so 6.2. And you might write it out yourself, write it on a little piece of paper, okay? And I just keep it simple. And so I'm a very visual person. I think 90% of the learning population is visual. I think 10% is audio or auditory. Thank you, Alyssa. Alyssa's in the background. She's in the kitchen. So we're teaching from home right now. So Alyssa's in the kitchen. She's doing her stuff. And so auditory, not audio. So auditory. And so it's to the 5th. And so in this case, when you're doing these, because it's to the 5th, this is going to get larger. Okay. Oh, Kimmy says hi. She says hi back. So we're going to go. So if we're going to get larger, the decimal is going to move on your screen. It's going to move to the right. And I do loops, and the book shows loops. So it's not like I'm making up something new. And what you do is you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And your decimal stops there. And all you do at that point is you are filling those loops in with zeros. And you just go 0, 0, 0, 0. And then your answer, sorry, in this case is 620,000. Right here, 620,000. All right, 620,000. See how I wrote that out there for you? Make it easier for you to read, because this is kind of jacked up and I don't have very good writing. And that's one of my biggest weaknesses in my entire lifetime. All right. what you're doing is you have a decimal. This is called standard form, and it's to the fifth. And all you're doing is you're moving the decimal. If it's a positive power, you're going to move it to the right. Okay, so let's do another one. So if we have, let's say, here, let's go back to this. 3.2 times 10 to the 8th. You guys do this too on your own piece of paper, okay? So we're going to go 3.2. And all you're going to do is you're going to make 8 loops. So go ahead and do that on your own piece of paper. And we go like this. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am good. If I were an artist, I'd be the definition of a starving artist. My God. Okay. 1, 2, wow, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, let's go like this. Put it there. 3, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now that number, say it in your head. See if you can say it in your head. I don't want you to say it right now. See if you can say it in your head. That number, see if anybody can get that number. Oh yeah, beautiful and so way all right. Thank you, Caleb. It's beautiful to a blind man who can't see it. That's who it's beautiful to. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that number is 320 million. So remember, if you don't know how to say that number, in order to become a millionaire, you need to be able to count to 1 million. In order to become a $320 million millionaire, you need to be able to count that high. So there's a goal for you guys who you want to become ultra rich. You better be able to count that high if you want to be that rich. Okay, so there's a goal for you. Okay, so do we understand? Hopefully we understand that how to do this right here for being able to count that to that level there. Okay, so I'm going to clear this off. Goodbye to that type of exponent in standard form. Now we're going to get smaller. All right. Goodbye, clearing, boom. Now, I have a lot of self-deprecating humor, and there's plenty of room for it, by the way. Now we have 3.8, oh boy, 8.2 times 10 to the negative 3. Now in this case, instead of going to the right, we're going to go to the left. All right? So in this case, we're going to go to the left. We go 3.82. Oops. 2. That was terrible. So we go 3 spots. We go 1, 2, 3. Now, what we do is we take the decimal and we're going to put it where we stop. We put it right there. And then all we do is we put zeros there and there. And in this case, the answer is 0.03 point, whoops, 0.00382. Now, one of the things you need to be able to say, in this case, this number, you have tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, 100,000ths. So this is 382 100,000ths. If you were to write this as a fraction, this is how it would be, how you would write it. 382 over 100,000. Okay? A little aside. All right. Let's do another one. If we have, let's go with 4.84 times 10 to the negative 4. Do that on your piece of paper at home, okay? I'll give you a moment to do that. Because truly, this is one of these lessons where it's not one of those lessons where it's where you really need, it's not one of those things where it's super difficult. It's just one of those things where I just need to expose you how to do it. And then if you see on the test, it's going to be one of those where you're just going to go, oh, I remember how to do this. And then you'll pick it right up and you'll nail it and you'll get it on the test. Whereas people who have not been in the class, there's a good chance they're going to mess it up. Okay? But because you guys have been in here, you're going to get it. Okay. So we have 4.84. And plus you get the comedy of seeing me write this stuff. To negative 4. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 0, 0. You have a dot. So we start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots over. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, 100,000ths. What comes after 100,000ths? Anybody want to volunteer that? Who wants to chat? I want to see a chat. What comes after 100,000ths? Who's brave enough to say it? Oh, come on. We have tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, 100. Oh, who's got it? Who's got it? Who's got it? Who's got? Oh, okay. Caleb's brave enough. Caleb's got a college degree, though. People, come on. All right, 3, 2, 1. So this, since Caleb's already got his degree, I'm not going to wait on everybody. This is 484 millionths. So this would be 484 millionths. That's pretty small. All right. This would be used if you're doing things like, if you're doing things for like parts for, let's say, a car, or if you're doing things for like, let's say parts for, let's say, an airplane. You need stuff that's really exact because you don't want your wing falling off of the airplane. So you need stuff that's very small and specific, or parts for, let's say, for a computer. Things that need to be exact. All right. So that's where scientific notation comes into being. All right, let's do another one. Let's clear this sucker out. Clear all drawings. All right, so if we have, okay, pop quiz. If I have a number, let's see if you guys can do this. If we have a number 9.8, ooh, sorry, 9.8 times 10 to the 100th. What kind of thing do you think we might be using that for? Like, do you think we might be using that for what would you venture to guess? Would we be using that for, what do you think we'd be using that type of measurement for? Does anybody have any venture, any type of guess? No guesses at all? Maybe like space, like distance, or speed, like how fast a comet might be going, or how far a planet is. Those are things that might have to do with something like physics. Okay, so if any of you guys want to become astrophysicists or something of that nature, though, that might be something that you might use for that type of a measurement. Okay, you're all going, screw that, I'm not going to become an astrophysicist. Just scared everybody. All right, let's do this. 5. Let's go like this. Okay. Let's do this. I want everybody on your chat. We'll do 4. We'll do like 4 answers. I want you each to write them out, and let's see how everybody does. Does that sound good? I really don't care if it sounds good or not. I want everybody to try. So on your chat, when you do your chat on there, I want everybody to try their chat. I'm going to do 4. I want everybody to try 4 answers. When you do your 4 answers, we're going to do 2, where the numbers going to we're going to have large numbers, and then we're going to have 2, we're going to have decimals. Okay, so I want everybody to try this. We did really good yesterday when we had the class. And so everybody, let's use the chat feature, all right? So the first one, we're going to do 5. We're going to go 1, 2, so I can see how everybody's doing. 4, and if you want, what you can do is you can chat. When you chat, there's a feature on there. When you chat, you can do it privately. You can send it just to me if you don't want the rest of the class to see, if you're shy about it. If you want to show off, you can show everybody. Okay? So let's go. Let's go like this. All right, let's try this again. We have 1, 5, 1, 7, 3 times 10 to the 4th. Okay, so that's 5.173 times 10 to the 4th. Number 2, wow, that is some bad writing. 6.3 times 10 to the 5th. Number 3, this is 7.1 times 10 to the negative 5, and number 4 will go 3.1 times 10 to the negative 6. So go ahead and get started on those. See how you do, okay? Like I said, if there's on the chat, when you do the chat, you can do a scroll down menu or drop down menu where if you don't want everybody in the class to see, you can just do private and you just send it to me just so I can see. Okay? So how are we doing on number 1, everybody? So on this one, we have to go over 4 spots. Okay. So this one we go over 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we have the 4th spot is empty, all we're going to do, we're going to put a 0 in there. And this equals 51,730. So it's 51,730. Okay? So for number 2, we have 6.3. We have to go over 5 spots. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now these have 4 spots here, they're empty. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Making our answer what? 630,000. Okay? So it's 630,000 for number 2. All right? All right. So let's do number 3. Number 3, we have 7.1. Whoops. I'm going to have to get over a little farther. 0.1. Now it's negative to the negative 5th or negative 5. In this case, we're going to go, instead of going over to the right, we're going to go to the left. So we're here. We're going to go to the left 5 spots. So we start here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We stop right here, right? Now we have to fill in these spots with zeros, don't we? We go 0, 0, 0, 0. Now in this case, as a bonus, we're going to read this out loud. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths. What did I say? Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, 100,000ths, millionths. Is that right? Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000, 100,000. So it's 71 1,000,000ths. That's a lot. Or that's not very many. It's 71. It's a small number. 71 1,000,000ths. Okay? It's a small number. Okay, so for the last one, let me move this. We have 3.1 times 10 to the negative 6. Now, does anybody else want to try this one? You can turn on your mic if you want. Does anybody want to try that with their mic on? No? Oh, everybody wants Shawn to do those stuff. Come on. Don't you guys get tired of me talking? No. Okay. I get tired of hearing myself talk sometimes. So we have 3.1 times 10. Oh, somebody said something. Okay, so we have, oh, Kimmy gave me an answer. Looks like the right answer, I think. Looks like it. Yes, it is. Okay, so we have 3.1 to the negative 6. So we move it over to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put the decimal there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all you do. Okay. Are you guys feeling good about as far as moving the decimal to the left and the right? Like Serenity and Lucifer, are you guys feeling okay? Yes, no? Kinda. Do you want me to go over another one? I can go over a couple more if you want. Here, I'll go over a couple more, okay? Okay. I want, could you, there, okay. I'm gonna go over a couple more. You guys, here, let's do this. I'll go over a couple more. I'm gonna clear this off. Let's do, I'm gonna get a little, so I'm gonna do similar ones that I'm gonna get a little tricky. I'm gonna have, instead of going to the 10th, I'm gonna go to the 100th, I'm gonna go to the 1000th, okay? You'll see what I'm talking about. So we had oh gosh, crash and burn. Okay, let's try this again. So we have 7.3 times 10 to the third. So that's one. We'll give you an easy one. So number two, this is where I'm going to get a little trickier. So we're going to go 4.16 times 10 to the negative 5. And by what I mean trickier is, look, we have, you know, to the nearest 10, to the nearest hundredths now, right? Now it gives the appearance that it's a little tricky, but really it's not, because this doesn't really matter if you have, if you go off and you have, you're going to the left, because you start here, all you have to do is worry about going to the left here if you're going to the negative, okay? But it's a distraction. Let's go 3. Circle that. 7, 4, 8 times 10 to the 9th. Oh, that's horrible. So this is 3.748 times 10 to the 9th. Okay. We're only doing 3. So you guys have, okay. And we're cutting off right at 11. So you guys have 1 minute for each. And then right at 10:57, I'm going to give you the answer for each, all right? And I want, please type your answers in chat. You can send it to me privately or put it up here, but do it right as you get them, okay? Let's see. Now I'm just going to do the answers up here. I'm not going to show you how I got them. I'm just going to write them up. Bam, 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 and then we're going to call it good. Maybe. Okay. All right. So all right, here we go. We're gonna go. Okay, so number one, yeah, 7.3 here. I'll just do this. So here, I lied. So 7.3, 7.3, and yeah, we're gonna go to the right 3 times. Go 1, 2, 3. So the decimal goes away. That's gone. Decimal's gone. So it becomes 7,300. Okay. So it's 7,300. It just becomes a large number. Okay. That's becoming a big number. So anytime you have 10 to the third, 7,300. Okay. Anytime it's going bigger like that, 10 to the third, that number is going to get huge. Well, it should get huge. Number two, 10 to the negative 5, that number is going to get smaller, really small. So in that case, 4.16, 4.16 is going to go down. So in this case, it's going to be 0.0000416. All right. The decimal is going to be going, you're going to be filling in a bunch of zeros. 0, 0, 0. Goodbye. Okay. And then the last one, number 3, that's 10 to the 9th. That number is going to become ginormous. In this case, 3.748. Oh boy, I'm going to sneeze on camera. That is going to be awesome. We go to the right 9 spots. This just throws you off, but it doesn't mean it's going to be, it just means instead of being zeros, it's going to be 748. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. All right. So that looks really sloppy. I already wrote it out on paper. In this case, the number is 3748 0000000. Okay, you guys did a really good job. Let's be using chat. Chat's awesome. Don't be afraid to use it, and use private if you have questions. If you're not, but don't be afraid to group, because there's other people who might have the same question. 11 o'clock. That's good. You guys are awesome. That's it. You guys have a great one. Thank you very much for coming. And then Mike has his social studies coming up in a very short amount of time. Have a good weekend, everybody.